everyone. This is Dillion Dilligaf, welcoming you to the Tickle Me Comedy Podcast number 26. This is number 26 that we're doing. And tonight we have a great guest. I'll get to introduce you to her in just a moment. But I wanted to just say a few things. We have a special guest host tonight, Roman. If you've been watching our podcast, we interviewed him a few weeks ago. He's a blast. He's a firefighter and a comedian and a great guy. But so he'll be co-hosting for me tonight because who knows where Isaac Israel is? We don't know where he is. I think he might have been captured.
Yeah.
Or abducted. What do you think?
Filipino buffet.
At the Filipino buffet, right? But anyway, so we're here tonight. We're going to bring you another awesome podcast. So we hope you're enjoying them. Tonight we're brought to you again by Tickle Me Comedy and Blue Zone Comedy Tour. Blue Zone Comedy Tour is my gig, and what we try to do is we try to highlight disabled comics and bring them to showcase them. So with that, let's get started. So, hey Roman, how are you tonight?
Good. Excited to be here, back on the podcast. We got an awesome guest tonight.
Yes. So
get to it.
Anything you want to share with us? You've been doing the last couple of weeks?
No, we had a comedy show on top of the rooftop in Oceanside, which is a blast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oceanside?
Oceanside.
Really?
Yeah. It was awesome. I think we may have been the trailblazers just to set up future comics to do these private functions at these rich white people venues.
So what kind of rooftop was it? Like a hotel or?
No, it was an Airbnb that had a massive rooftop that looked out to the ocean.
Oceanside, California? That's
Oceanside,
right. Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
it was a new hotel.
It's not La Jolla, but it's not Venice Beach.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
familiar
that's
with
what
Oceanside.
Oceanside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, I have
Pretty
a friend
cool
who
place.
lives.
Good place. Yeah, fun.
That's cool. So maybe that'll catch on, right?
I hope so. I hope we start doing it out here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
There's a lot of money out here for private events. And,
Yeah. Huh.
A lot of rooftops.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe this whole COVID thing will get over with and we can get things back to normal, right?
Seriously,
I know. I'm getting
the
cabin
comedy
fever.
clubs need to open. The strip clubs maybe need to open. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I know, right?
Not for me. I'm
when
married.
the highlight of my week is looking forward to doing the podcast. I mean, not that it's bad. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But, when that's the highlight of
Right.
your week, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need to get back on stage.
I know all of us do need to get back on stage. So, all right.
Been a long time.
All right. Well, listen. Why don't we get right into it and introduce our guest? She is awesome. She's from the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area. She's been doing comedy since the 1980s. She's traveled all over the United States. She's got an incredible bio and experience. I'm going to let her talk about it. So, hey, let's welcome Carol Louise. Hi, Carol.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. My first podcast ever.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you guys are my first.
Ready to run.
Well, it's nice
Good
to
to
be
be
Sort of
here.
used-
Glad there's two of us.
Yeah, me too.
Wasn't like my first.
Well, this is my 26th.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's what we call a veteran in the industry.
Yeah, a veteran in the industry. That's right.
All right.
So how's it been going since the pandemic hit?
Well, I have to say slow.
Yeah.
I would think for everybody.
Yeah.
You were talking about you had to go into comedy when you retired because you and your wife, apparently. And I actually still like my husband, so I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
How many years?
33.
Amazing.
Is there anybody here that old? So
I'm
I've been
older.
married then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I like him a lot. Still.
Yeah.
For you. Your hair's all done. Look at
That's it.
I know, she
Oh,
dressed
thank
up.
you. Yeah.
And from San Francisco, you go to the same place as Nancy Pelosi?
Did you wear your mask?
No,
Dude.
my brother
Your hair
might.
looks good, though.
Oh,
You
thank
live
you
in
very
Vegas
much.
now, though, right?
Yeah, I've been here 14 years.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, 14 years.
That's
It's
awesome.
a nice place to live if you're a cactus, basically. But I have
seriously.
a view, so I like it, and a water feature. That's all you need.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a view too of some new houses they built behind me.
That's the
Uh-oh.
worst.
And my water feature is the sprinkler.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
it.
mine's, kind of a fountain, because everybody I know has a pool. When I first moved here, I rented
That's
a lot.
the best.
I
You just
know.
go to their house.
Yeah.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't
no,
pay
I go
for
to that
anything.
because I had 2-story houses and pool.
Oh,
Now that I have no money left, no pool, fake lawn.
life is good.
Yeah, no, life is good. But I do have a nice view of the Strip. I can
Nice.
see the new stadium.
What?
Really?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And it looks gorgeous at night.
Oh, it's, because I get up at 4 every morning.
For the
like I
audience.
said.
Yeah. So are you a Raiders fan now?
Well, I'm bi.
Okay.
Can I say that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
no,
I've
I
always
mean,
been a 49er fan.
It's amazing.
But once, just like when we got hockey, I'm a hockey fan.
Yeah.
Golden Knights only,
Yeah.
of
But
course.
you were a Sharks fan prior, huh?
No.
No?
I just wasn't into hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, I never. And when I moved here, I remember my brother took us to a game because
Yeah.
they used to have hockey
Wranglers,
games.
right?
Yeah, no, and I could see how people could get into it. It was hysterical.
Yeah,
it was
that's
fun.
great.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best.
So is there something wrong with being a 49er and Raider fan?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I love the 49ers. I will always love the 49ers.
2 different conferences.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you live in the Bay Area,
My whole life, and my
You-
dad was a 49er
can't
fan,
be-
so, you know.
you can't mix the two.
No. Well, you
It's
can.
like-
I grew up in the Bay Area. And
Crips and Bloods, you know,
Right.
Norteños, Sereños there, but I'm the same way. I support, I like the Raiders because of Vegas,
Yeah.
but I like the Niners a
Yeah,
little bit too.
yeah,
you know?
no, but I used to never like the Raiders, but they're here now, so they're
know.
my people.
they're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been a Raiders fan since, oh my gosh, since
Jake the Snake,
Mm.
heck, oh yeah, way long time.
Ken Stabler, was it?
You know, they were showing before the season started. They were showing some reruns of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And they showed some Raider Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
And like those guys, I remember all those guys: Lyle Alzado, John Matusak,
Yeah. They were
the Snake.
insane.
I know,
I mean,
such characters.
Yeah. What football is today isn't what it was.
No,
then.
I mean,
Thank
these guys.
God.
And what Lester Hayes with the Stickum.
Oh yeah.
Remember Stickum? It was like this honey on your hand, so the ball would just kind of come and,
yeah.
stick to your hand. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I like the 49ers, but I don't like to talk about football. Next!
Next.
Okay. I get it. I like it.
Point?
Stick 'em,
Yeah.
names.
Stick 'em.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Pick a topic, any topic.
Oh,
we can go.
I want.
well, okay, yeah.
I want to talk about you. It said in your bio that
Okay.
you had a traffic school at one time.
Oh, I did. Okay, that's an interesting.
Awesome.
Okay, I've been married 33 years, but way back when we were first married, and my husband actually worked for Texaco, nice big company offshore. Anyway, he hurt himself, and long story short, he had 5 surgeries in 5 years, so he was off work for 5 years. Another clincher that we liked each other, loved each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I was doing comedy regularly, and his job was a week on, week off. And I really liked that because I was doing comedy, so I'd be gone when he was gone, and I'd be home when he was home.
That's perfect.
It was perfect. And I know sometimes I was mad at him or thought I hated his guts, but I knew then tomorrow he was going to be gone for a week. So
Everybody
I
could simmer.
swallowed that pill, and I, didn't lash out probably like I regularly would have because, he'll be gone tomorrow. Lose it. Yeah.
Time heals, and
Yeah.
then by the next
And
week.
so, a lot of people couldn't handle that schedule. I thought it was perfect. Then the 5 years off, but at first we didn't know. And so I was staying home because he was home and he was hurt. And it's not like I had a job where I went down the street and came back. I would, drive around, be gone for a week at a time or whatever. So I was in between my gigs, being a traffic school, violator traffic school instructor. When you get a ticket,
Yeah.
way back then you could go to this school and it would be. So when I ended up opening my own school. You had to have 500 hours of teaching, blah, blah, blah. And so I opened up my own school and it was awesome. Awesome.
To be able to go to work and then love what you're doing, and then to get people out of the law. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the shit.
Yeah, well, it was hard because it was 8 hours. I was the owner, operator, and the instructor. I tried to
Goodness.
hire instructors, and a lot of people do it, but 8 hours trying to keep people, from not taking a weapon and killing you before the class is over.
That's
It's
a
very
whole
hard.
different class.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was all good. I just had to pay for the room and the certificates, and the rest was all mine.
So you practice your routine, kind of in the classes.
Well, yeah,
sure.
because it doesn't matter if I went around the room and I would ask everybody how they got their ticket or what they did. Everybody's a speeder. Just goes without saying.
You
And
didn't
there'd
hear
be
any-
one or two hands, freak thing, U-turn or something like that. And so, but just hearing people's story where they say, you're like, I gotta leave before this guy gets out of class or whatever.
I bet you got some great stuff for your routine, right? out of
Yeah,
it.
you know, I had.
Some great excuses. Yep.
Well, I remember, you know, remember weird things, and you know, the last part I saved the best for last is drugs and alcohol. And so, you know, some of the material I read said that it's a known fact because of a woman's, the way we're built or whatever, if we're drinking the same thing, beer for beer, vodka for vodka. Anyway, it's a known fact that a woman will become intoxicated first, just because of which explained why I usually had my dress over my head screaming, "Chase
Note
me."
to self.
Yeah. Right?
Chase me. So, you know, little things like that I try to work in my act that I thought were noteworthy.
I had to do traffic school once.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God.
Like pulling
What'd you
teeth,
get?
right?
I got a speeding ticket.
Yeah, everybody
But
speaks.
the ironic part of it was I was also a reserve deputy sheriff. And so it's like, how does that happen? But
Yeah.
so the instructor goes, he says during a break or something, he goes, "Don't worry, you'll be okay." Thanks.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Don't tell anybody.
You think if you like put a police badge just on the back of your car, you think you'll get out of stuff?
No,
No?
not in these days. Back
No.
when I was a reserve officer, it was back in the 80s and 90s, and it's a whole different time now. I don't think I would advise anybody to do anything that identifies them as law enforcement
yeah,
at
look,
today's
I like
age.
that.
No.
I lived in Medford, Oregon, and my brother was a policeman in that city, and I'm in my 20s. Having fun, or was I even old enough to drink yet? Anyway, back then, there's a couple times I did get pulled over and told them who I was, and they did let me go.
Wow.
Bad news is, it was like telling my dad. You know, they would go, "Hey, I
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
your sister over,"
Oops.
and yeah.
That was the age of accountability,
Yeah.
where like you were probably more scared of your parents than the police.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a ticket, but I'm going to tell your mom.
Yeah, you're
Right.
like, no, give me the ticket. Give me the ticket. I'll send you
send
the ticket. You know?
Send me to jail.
It's not like that anymore.
No, okay.
You know.
No. Oh my gosh. But, yeah, what fun times traffic school. When I read that in your bio, I thought, well, that'll be a fun topic to talk about. So I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. So I got a joke for traffic school.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, here we go. So my wife came home the other day, and she's dyslexic. And so she came home and she said she got pulled over by the cops. I go, well, what'd they pull you over for? She goes, IUD.
That's awesome.
Just I'll be in the room all week, folks.
Yeah.
That's my traffic school joke.
Yeah, there's one I'm working on right now. It's like, you know, I got pulled over by the police the other night. I was a little upset. And he goes, "Hey, how's it go? Oh, hey, pull the car over." He pulled me over. I said, "Come on, man, I'm a firefighter. Can't you let me off this time?" He goes, "No, I'm giving you a DUI. Now get out of the fire truck."
Oh, worst.
Oh
That's
my
good.
God. One more. I got to do this. This is great. I did this on stage one night. Hilarious. So I'm out with a rookie. She's my partner. And so we see this truck. And in the back of the truck are a bunch of ducks in the back of this pickup truck. And so I thought, okay, fine. So we pulled it over, and I let her go up and do the stop by herself. And she comes back and goes, well, what did you do? Did you give him a ticket? She goes, no, I just told him he needs to get those ducks to the zoo. And so, okay, well, that's fine. You can do that. So a couple weeks later, we see the same truck and we see the ducks, but now the ducks are all wearing sunglasses. And so we pull the guy over again, and she goes up there, comes back, and I said, well, what happened? She goes, well, he took them to the zoo and they liked it, so they all got sunglasses.
Oh, no.
All right, give us one of your jokes.
We got a joke.
I got another traffic school joke. I don't think I have
Doesn't
one.
have traffic school.
Not anything.
What do you got?
I've never
I'm
seen
putting
you.
you on the spot. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
I'm sorry.
I'm not seeing you perform, so let's have a little sample.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have that right there. I usually
My
start.
cheat sheet.
Carol Louise, born in San Francisco, lived in California all my life, except for that short time in Oregon. And then I was abroad, and now I'm just a bitch, living in Vegas.
Love it.
Heh.
I love it. Especially when you add living in Vegas. Kind of hits it home.
Living in Vegas. I've been here for 15 years, and
Got a year on me.
it's the coolest place ever.
I love Vegas.
I do too.
It's phenomenal.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I love when people say, "Well, I'm bored." I'm like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, there's nothing boring here.
No.
This is the least boring city.
I know. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Anything.
Anything.
Any type of group, any type of party.
Absolutely.
They got
day,
it all.
night.
Day and night, yeah.
If you don't want to do anything, you can do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is...
Yeah.
From-
Being bored is a personal problem.
I know, right? Yeah. Go see the chaplain.
Yeah. They got those too.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not.
So on my notes, it said that you had done a J-Lo comedy competition. Tell us about that. That's really exciting.
Okay, it was at the Embassy Suites in San Luis Obispo, California.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in Paso Robles at the time.
That's nice.
Paso Robles. You
Cool
familiar
place.
with
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
101. They used to have a sign on either sign as you come to it. Paso Robles,
Yeah.
darn near paradise.
Yeah.
And I was just glad that they didn't have it darn near, or no, pretty near
Yeah.
paradise. That would probably have been more. But anyway, so yeah, there was this contest, but it was kind of like, I think there was something, because I really lived in Paso Robles, and San Luis Obispo is like a half hour away, bigger city or whatever. And so it's been so long ago.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. So I'd won like in Paso Robles, and then I had to go to San Luis Obispo, and then I won it. And there were a whole bunch of winners all over big cities, and then only one person was picked to do his show.
Was it you?
No, I think it was some guy from Minnesota. Kind of looks like you, actually.
They all do.
Yeah. You ain't from around here, are you?
Yeah.
You don't even look like us.
And I remember watching it, thinking he wasn't that funny. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm
course
just
not.
saying.
I'm just saying.
Leno?
Yeah, right.
So this was at the Embassy Suites in San Luis Obispo. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a little short story about that. So, I used to work for the government. I used to do a lot of traveling, and my first Embassy Suites that I ever stayed at was in San Luis Obispo.
Wow.
And it was like the coolest ever. So then
that's nice.
over the years, I'd go take other trips, and I'd wind up there. And then what they did was they hooked the Embassy Suites to the mall. So there was just this big breezeway between the hotel and the mall. And so my wife thought that was the coolest. It's like Mecca for her. Right. So one day she comes down and she's still in her robe and her slippers and she's walking through the mall.
That's great.
I
mean, it's right there. You can't blame her.
She goes,
Come pick me up an outfit today.
You cannot. My wife, you cannot stop her from shopping for anything.
I know, right?
I mean, she could go out naked, let alone a robe. Like, oh, it's right here. The room's right here. She's gonna go get a couple things.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's it. Jay Leno. So, you guys ever have any recurring dreams? That dreams that come back from time to time, the same dream over and over again.
I think
Like the falling.
isn't that a nightmare?
Well, it could be whatever.
Dream sounds so nice. I
Yeah.
have a lot of nightmares in this head.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Something sweet that comes back over and over. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
not
never
not
get
coming
that.
to me.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you my story. Maybe
Okay.
it'll key a memory. So, all growing up, the thing I did every night was watch Johnny Carson. Every single night. That was my ritual, right? And so I started having this recurring dream where I did comedy on Johnny Carson. And if you remember Johnny Carson, if he called you over to sit on the couch, that launched your career.
Yeah, for sure.
And if he just said, "Oh, it wasn't even really funny,"
Right.
then that was the end of you. But so in my reoccurring dream, I got to sit on the couch.
That's amazing.
I know, but it's a true story. That's absolutely true. I don't
Well,
know
that's a lovely dream.
I know, right?
That might be how Rodney Dangerfield, because he was on the Johnny Carson show at first.
Yeah.
Right? And then he asked him to go sit down. And I don't know, you guys familiar with Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't get no respect.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
I
he
never-
started? Yeah, no,
I mean, he's phenomenal. He's
hysterical.
there's not a lot of comedians that have actually copied him not
No.
copied, but had his same tone. You know?
He was awesome.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
The one I
no
remember
respect.
from him was, I came into town early, came home early one time, and I
Yeah.
told the cab driver, "Take me to the hottest place in town." He took me to my house.
Yeah, he's always like, get no respect from my wife. Because I was coming home early from work and I saw this guy running naked outside the front yard. I was like, hey, what the hell are you doing? He goes, I don't know, you came home early. I think
That guy was hilarious.
That's great.
But there were a lot of comedians got their start. Steve Martin,
Yeah.
Robin Williams. You worked with Robin Williams, right?
Well, no, I never worked with him personally, but I used to always go down to the Holy City Zoo, so I seen him. I dated Monty Hoffman.
Nice.
Who, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that, but anyway.
Well, I guess it
But
didn't work
one
out.
time we were at the Holy City Zoo together, and then we rode with Robin, who's
awesome.
exactly he just talks a mile a minute and is going crazy. And that was back in what he wrote about in his books or whatever, shall we say. But I'd never seen any of that.
Yeah,
But anyway, no, he was always at the Holy City Zoo, would do a set. And
he was incredibly talented.
Yes.
Yeah, when he had his show, you're not old enough to remember.
Mark and Mindy. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen it. The Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And
I
Jonathan
study
Winters
all
was in
that.
it. And I seen Jonathan Winters at the, what's that world famous toy store? It's in San Francisco. It's in New York. Anyway, that's where he was at.
Yeah, it starts with
Shoot.
F.
F? An S. F. See, I can't think.
Oh.
Just know it's not Build-A-Bear.
No. Oh God, this is way before Build-A-Bear.
It was,
I don't. It's not there in San Francisco anymore. I don't think. I think it's
Nothing
just-
is. Nothing's in San Francisco anymore. They destroyed the city. I used to love that city.
I know.
The flower shops, the hemp shops, all of it's gone. It's
the
like
wharf.
a little tech. Here's your craft beer and here's your coffee. And then you go down 2 streets. Here's your craft beer and here's your coffee. There's nothing in San Francisco that used to be.
I know the Fisherman's Wharf used to be really awesome. It was
Yeah.
a cool
Did they
place.
take that down too?
No, it's still
I'm
there.
sure it's still there, but it's
Is it?
probably
Yeah,
got a
it's
different
still there.
aura to it now. But
What is it? What pier was it? Pier
39.
39,
yeah.
And I guess Alcatraz is not going to last too longer because the stone that they built it with, I don't know, it's some type of sandstone. It's just being degraded so much. It's
You
come
mean
to
the
salt there.
island itself?
Yeah,
the
they're not going to be
buildings.
doing the tours for too much
Oh.
longer. It's
Did
kind
you-
of what.
Did you ever take it?
Oh, it's the best tour.
Oh, it
ever.
is.
I think
It
it's,
is.
Out of every tour, that and the.
The little headsets, and you get to walk around.
Yeah, it's amazing in different
and-
languages. That
Wow.
and the Anne Frank house is pretty wild.
I never did the Anne Frank house.
I
Anne
didn't-
Frank's like really small, and you always.
It's probably why I
PG,
didn't go.
so. But basically, like the Anne Frank probably wouldn't been that cool unless you're in that state of mind.
Yeah.
But Alcatraz is probably one of the coolest tours, and you get to see how small the cells were, and they have the sound effects that go on with
like the
the
door
tour,
slamming
the
and-
door
Yeah.
slamming, the
Yeah,
people
it's
walking,
dope.
and
Yeah.
the fights and the
Oh
whistle.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
And all the stairs. I remember all the stairs.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
A ton of stairs.
So it's an exercise.
I know, right?
And
But it's
then
well worth
it's
it, right?
freezing.
Yeah.
Taking
always.
that boat ride out there is
Oh yeah,
freezing.
I've been lucky enough every time it wasn't too bad, and the boat ride is probably usually the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was who said that famous quote about what is it, the coldest summer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was Sam.
Kinnison?
No, he writes books. See, my mind's gone.
The
And I
hottest
miss it.
summer is the coldest, or the
He's white. Mark Twain.
Mark Twain.
Yeah, Sam.
How does it go? Do you guys remember?
There's something to the effect of the hottest summer I spent was something in San Francisco.
Yeah, the coldest summer I spent. Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something.
The funniest line I
Help us out,
ever
audience.
heard was at the Punchline in San Francisco, Bob Starlight, and it was when San Francisco Giants used to play at,
Candlestick.
thank you, Candlestick Park. And remember, they used to give buttons if it went into extra innings or
yeah.
whatever. Anyway, he said, to give you some idea, I guess it was extra innings, how cold it was there, I turned to the guy next to me, and he had a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. I mean, I just lost it.
True.
I mean,
It's
he's
so
into
true.
his
It's
second or
true.
third joke, and I was just still rolling. I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my
Oh
life.
yeah, that's the best.
And because I was probably at the same game he was, because
How funny.
You know what's crazy? You just go a little inland, right? Even to San Jose or.
Well, I lived in Redwood City, and then I would go to San Francisco, and Redwood City's probably halfway between San Jose
Yeah.
and it would be, like Vegas. And
Yeah.
the first couple times I'm driving to San Francisco, and I've got shorts and a tank top
Yeah,
on,
well,
and
it
everybody's
doesn't-
all dressed in black and coats. I'm like, oh my God.
What is happening?
Yeah, I'm ridiculous. Anyway.
Okay,
Definitely
in my ear, they've told me FAO Schwartz was the
That's
toy
it.
store.
Nice.
There's nothing.
The
in there.
Schwartz. That's, see, I said, you said F and I said S, so we were
Yeah,
both right.
We're halfway there, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The one that has the, the piano on the floor
Yeah,
where
Tom Hanks
people,
did the-
and you know, I mean,
Dun,
it
dun,
was
dun,
a,
dun, dun, dun,
and
dun.
then
yeah.
when I'm in that store with my best friend, and then Jonathan Winter
Oh, yeah.
was in
Still
there
there?
with his,
The Tom Hanks.
I think it was
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think they were in New York.
Yeah, the other one. I think it was in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
There's yeah.
Speaking of movies, you've been in a couple movies.
I have
Tell us
just
about
an
those.
extras.
Yeah.
I was in Sideways.
Right on.
Yeah, that was very fun. Living in Paso Robles at the time, and it
Good movie.
was filmed not really in Buellton. I forget the name of the town, but more south.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my best friend both got in it. And so there weren't a whole lot of rooms. We're not in Buellton. I just can't remember the name of the town right now. Anyway, but it's small. But we booked a suite. Cost more for our room than the money we made. But anyway,
Yeah.
we just had a blast. It was just so fun.
Nice.
Let's see, Paul.
It takes a long time for a small movie. to
Oh,
get, though.
over
yeah.
and
Over.
over
It was
and
a- yeah.
over. And because I was in Behind the Candelabra, but, you know, I went and saw that. I'm not in it. And I was there for days. It was
Yeah,
mostly
days. Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And not a smidgen of that was in. But in Sideways, has to be the wide version, full screen, whatever. It's amazing how much they do cut out.
I know.
I never knew. Widescreen. The first time they go out to dinner, if anybody's familiar with and then there's a couple behind them. I have my fake husband and my fake college son. You know, they said you have to have a scenario so you
Yeah.
should stay in or whatever. And I remember them, Alexander Payne was the director. There was a wine glass at the table. And he goes, wait, he stops everything, takes the wine glass away and puts like a vodka something or whatever. Seemed to be more my thing. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did it take just for that small part? If nobody's ever done like a movie or extra.
Yeah.
How many hours did it take?
Well, okay, because we were in a lot of scenes, so to speak, but I was great to see. Again, I'm wearing green plaid pants with green in them. Husband, look for me,
Yeah.
same color hair behind them. We were there a couple days,
Yeah.
but not the same scene.
Yeah.
But that's the one scene that I saw on the screen, and I got, I think a third day, I can't even remember now, but where they used your car. You just got to drive up and down. Remember when they're walking along to go? Just, that was all planned and back and forth, and the car made more money. We worked the same amount of hours, but the car made more money. I guess they paid you for gas, whatever.
Have you ever done any extra work?
I was in the James Bond. I'm sorry, not James Bond. Born Identity here in Las Vegas on the Strip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were at the. Oh, nice. One of our camera guys here too.
Yeah, one of our camera guys. That's not just a camera guy.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
Nick.
Sorry, Nick. Nice to meet you.
That's just Nick.
I was in the convention scene.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
We were when they crashed into the hotel.
Okay.
So we were like gambling at the table and we were staying back and it took forever. And then
Yeah.
they didn't even tell us when the car was crashing because they wanted the authentic, like, oh my
Freaking
gosh, what's
out, yeah.
happening? But they also gave us a disclaimer like, hey, it was in the old, what was the building with all the ladies lined up? You know, the brass.
Oh, yeah.
What was
I
that
don't
old
remember.
casino? A bunch of brass, like, showgirls.
Yeah.
Showgirls.
On the downtown?
It was
Yeah,
kind of...
I'll remember in a second. Okay.
Yeah.
They'll tell me in my ear.
So they were the casino was gonna get imploded anyways, but yeah,
Yep.
that SWAT thing came down and it was pretty wild.
My wife was an extra in that movie too. She was sitting in her car, on the street as that car came through to crash into the
Yeah.
building. It was all night. I think they filmed that scene at midnight or
How
something
did
like
how
that.
did you guys all get the call for the extra? What's the journey like? If anybody wants to be an extra out there,
Yeah, it's a
you know?
great thing.
Me personally, I just I found an ad online and I talked to the employment agency, the casting agency. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think for the Candelabra movie, they on one of the TV news stations they said they're looking for extras. Come down. I'm not doing anything today,
Right?
and stood in this line or whatever, and they're like, "Okay, go over there."
Yeah.
And they were trying to fill the casino, the Hilton, because that's where Liberace, when I did Behind the Candelabra, that's where Liberace
Man.
lived, did his shows or whatever.
I think his house is going up for. They want to turn it into a museum or something.
I don't know.
Oh, I think someone had bought it and wanted to turn it in. Did anybody ever go to the Liberace Museum
Yeah, it was
before?
awesome. Yeah, it was
oh
very
my
cool.
God.
I know, it's incredible.
I was blown away.
So
It's not there anymore.
So that's
but-
cool that like they come to town and then put it out just kind of on ads and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know there is a union behind some of the extras. Like, at
Yeah,
some
I mean,
people's
we had a
full gigs,
sign away,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like I guess they're the first ones that get called to do movie extras and stuff like that.
Yeah, when we lived in Southern California before we moved here, we had an agent, and my wife, my 2 sons, and I got called for several movies. I was extra in a movie. I'm sitting here trying to think of the name of the movie. Help me out. It was with Whoopi Goldberg, Mr. Bean, and it was the sequel to It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Rat Race.
Rat Race. Thank you. They filmed it.
This
Thanks.
guy's our info guy,
I
man.
know.
He's on fire.
That's not just that's in my ear. They're telling me.
No, yeah, he's like the knowledge.
You know, right?
Get over
Lead him
here.
around.
But so in Rat Race, and then my agent got me this other movie that was filmed really close to my house, and I was out there, and my car looked like a cop car in those days,
Yeah.
and so they wanted my car. You're talking about using your car, my car, and so this was a B-rated movie, and it was a slasher flick.
Yeah.
And so finally, long story short, they asked me if I wanted to be in the movie at the last minute, so you know it's a quality movie
Yeah.
if they asked me to be in it, right?
Yeah.
So, but the good news about it is I got a free IMDb slot.
Oh, that's cool.
So my name is listed on IMDb. I thought, how cool is
Oh,
that?
that's nice.
So IMDb is if you have movie credits or entertainment credits, it's kind of like where they put all your stuff.
yeah.
And I was just out there one night cruising to look, seeing what it was all about. There I was.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Awesome.
so just because what happened was my name got in the credits for this B movie
Yeah.
and the slasher movie, and it's like, oh my gosh,
Right.
it was incredible.
Those are the best
Yeah, some of
kind.
those-
Being slasher movie.
Yeah,
Oh, I'd
they're-
love to be in one of those.
Well, what I learned was that they made these movies the cheapest budget ever because they would send them to Japan because apparently Japan really liked American slasher movies. And so, I mean, there was a little bit of a plot and, you know, all that kind
And
of
they're
stuff.
kind of into the like cult stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
over
a little
there,
bit. I
you
mean,
know?
that's great
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
It's-
I mean, dress
so-
up like Pokemon and
Yeah,
dress
I
up
know.
like America. I mean, a lot of American shows don't hit overseas till like 10 years later. Anyway.
I know. But
If you talk to people,
so that's my movie career. But
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
no,
kinda
it's fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
But so for the audience, you know, if you want to do extra work, look in the papers. You know, there's a lot of agents that are out there too looking for people. And I mean, that's how we did it. We
Yeah.
had-
Well,
we had-
and I remember this was many years ago, and I was with my brother in San Francisco, and I think it was we seen some commotion over here, and a couple, they were probably about me, my brother's age, 20, 30, early 30s, and they're going, does anybody want to be an extra in a movie? Whatever scene they were doing, they were grabbing people off the street right then
Awesome.
and there. But we didn't do it. We had to be somewhere or whatever. We're like, oh,
want
you know, yeah. But, you know, sometimes you just put it in a certain place going, cool. Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
I want to go back to a couple of things. So a couple of comedy competitions that you've done. I was interested in finding more about it. You did the North Bay Comedy Marathon. What is a comedy marathon?
But, you know, I sent him that thing, and it was something I found.
Do you have to get up there for hours and hours and do comedy till your throat goes dry and you can't laugh anymore?
You know, I don't remember. I almost have to look at. But no, I never had to stay up there forever and ever. I have to think it was just what they called it, some sort of competition or whatever.
When I read that, I thought, oh my gosh, they make you get up there and just keep talking till you can't talk anymore. Marathon.
Yeah, no, I did that with my traffic school.
Yeah, right?
8 hours.
when's the last time you performed?
When? Well, you mean comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
Well, she cooked this morning.
Right.
Touche.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah. Because of COVID or
Yeah.
yeah.
And a little bit of life in general. I'll have to
Oh,
say,
that's
my handsome husband is at home. I'm sure he'll be asleep when I get home. But he had this thing on his head with an ice pack here because he had 2 teeth pulled.
Oh no.
Yeah, this morning, and I was just like, I gotta go.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Need anything?
Yeah. No,
Dinners of the
I
onion.
made mashed
there
potatoes
you go.
and Jello, a milkshake.
That's how you stay
a
with
lot of
somebody
soft
for 30
stuff.
plus years.
Yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
soft food, line it up.
And from his
Look at that, lined
perspective,
it up. That's amazing.
and all he's got to do is say yes, dear.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said it.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no,
Woman
he's
will
not.
feed you as long as, all right, you're going to stay on the couch.
Yep,
I'll
yep.
feed you as much
No,
as
he
you
didn't
want.
go anywhere. Well, I know he's not going anywhere. He didn't go anywhere. He's watching the debates. Oh my God.
Too much. I'd rather be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think so.
Talking
How about
comedy,
this?
having fun.
So there was another one on my list. It was called the BAM Talent Search. What is that?
BAM, I believe, was like out of San Jose, and again, I've started. I'm collecting Social Security,
Nice.
All in.
I know,
and I was 28 when I started. Everybody told me that I started late. I just
No,
went
I
out.
started
I
late.
had
Who cares?
divorced and all that. And,
I started late.
Nobody ever starts late.
Yeah.
yeah,
What did
no,
define
well, you
late?
Yeah,
start
define
when you
late.
start.
Start
you
when
know.
you start, yeah.
I mean, I've always.
Timing, creativeness,
Yeah, absolutely.
you put down the bottle.
Or put googly eyes on it and sing to it. Either way.
Yeah.
Okay, time out for a second. Where are we at on time?
36 minutes.
We're-
13 more to go? Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Back on. Oh, that's kind of, that's good. I like that. So I think when we were talking before the show started, you were telling me that you have a tap dance team.
Okay. It's the Silver Bells. We're
Bring your
a
shoes?
dance team. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Bring your shoes.
Here, let's
No,
clear
I
off the
didn't.
table.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, but on the costumes, I think I've always liked to dress up or whatever. No, we're all seniors. I'm the youngest.
Oh,
Thank
razzle
you.
dazzle.
So, what really blows me away, some of the ladies that are in their 80s, and they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
No, they.
'Cause they keep
I
going.
call myself a tapper. They're also patient. I'm like,
Just stand over
special,
here.
Carol. But they don't give up on me. I ask for the back row. They give it to me, and I
Where do you do that
learn
at?
my routines. Okay, well, we practice a couple of places, and we only went to assisted living
Okay.
places like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
other seniors and veteran stuff like that.
Awesome.
So
Phenomenal.
it was, once COVID hit,
Yeah.
it was really bad news. And then all my ladies are older than me, so I was very concerned about them. They're all well,
Yeah.
doing
good.
very well, but they also stay home and mask up. And one of them lives around the corner, so I see her all the time.
Hopefully we get back.
And I think she's more, and she's 85.
because it
but she's
stimulates.
gorgeous.
It stimulates the brain what you do, right?
Oh, yeah. More active. than you stay.
Cognitive and hand-eye
I love the
coordination.
noisy shoes.
Yeah.
And I like the outfits, and I
That is
just like
phenomenal.
being able to do it. And my brother and his partner live in San Francisco, and it was his partner's birthday, and they had a big hoodoo in downtown San Francisco. I wish I could remember the name of where they were at, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I had put on a little outfit and put on my tap shoes, and now I didn't do a exact routine because I didn't really have one, but he wanted me to go around the room. I had the cake or whatever, and it was
Oh, how
Good
fun.
deal.
improv
Well, the next
in
time
my tap shoes. It was
Even
lovely.
better.
But
when
yeah,
we have
no.
you back, bring
Yeah.
your
I will-
tap shoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just say the word.
Now the-
I do have my sax out in the car. I know how to play Happy Birthday on it. I usually close my shows
I mean, you have
like
your
that.
fingers and everything.
It's a
Jeez.
play sax. You can get it at Toys R Us or whatever. And it comes with a little thing, 5, 5, 6, 5. See, that's how I remember it. But anyway.
well, we'll bring that to the next episode.
Okay, it's in the back seat, so if you keep talking, I could run out and get it. What else? And sometimes in my show, I have Fluffy, who is a cat, all white cat.
Real
Huh.
cat.
He's,
Stuffed.
if you put your head to his chest, you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
But he's real to
You
me,
used to-
Roman.
Yeah. No.
A few weeks ago, you could hear something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. I keep him in a bag till it's appropriate to bring him out.
Oh, what do you incorporate that into your tap or?
Oh no, I use it in
You
my
just bring 'em
comedy.
around?
But you know what? I'll have to say,
Stare
one
in the
time, and it was kind of when I was starting with the tap team, and I would go with their shows, but I wasn't tapping with them. They wanted me to, but I just wasn't ready. And they're going at seniors. They're just happy. You know, most of those people just like the shiny outfits and the noise we're making too. You know what I mean? They're not going to go, the girl in back.
They can't see that
I
far.
forget what you asked me. Oh, I know. Oh, so I get there, and all I've been doing was taking pictures and stuff for them. And so when I get there, sweet Lorraine goes to me, so-and-so's not going to be here. And it was the person that, in between, we have this awesome man who plays organ and sings. So while we go change clothes, he'll sing a song or two. He's really good. And then we come back out. And so she goes, you're going to have to fill in. And I said, okay, no problem. I think I had my bag in the car, the cat, the sax, the whole bit. And she goes, oh, yeah. And I forget the name of the thing. But anyway, she goes, no one here speaks English. Everybody there was Asian of some. And I'm like, okay, good thing for the props. Everybody knows happy birthday. And Fluffy was a hit. And it was Christmas time, so there was a tree. You know, I just
That's awesome.
winged it.
We should go see her. This
Like,
sounds
so
intriguing.
how
Is it
much
like-
longer till the rest
I mean,
home?
when you do the taps, like, you know, when little kids do taps, there's always one tapper that just kind of goes off on their own. Is it the same thing when they get
Is that
older?
you?
Oh, what do you
You
mean?
know, like when the little girls tap dance?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right,
Watch me,
they're-
Daddy.
Yeah, then all of a sudden there's one girl that kind of gets out of line. And have you experienced any of that?
Well, that's
with the
probably me.
seniors?
that's probably. But yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
we're all pretty good. They're all a
That's
lot
right.
better
We
than
don't
me.
know
I
where
think.
she went.
Well, I mean, you're living in like the showtime of Vegas, so
Oh, I
some
know.
of these girls might have done tapping like 20, 30 years.
That's
Right?
showgirl.
Oh yeah, no,
Right?
yeah.
It's
yeah,
not like,
yeah.
hey, let's give this a shot at 75 and see what we're
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
no, yeah, no. I was, yeah.
Do you wear the showgirl outfits with the
Absolutely.
big feathers? Really?
Well, no, not
No?
too much.
Well, how
Yeah, we
fun.
do have some head stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah. In fact,
Trying to
when
keep it
Phil
PG
called me
here.
yesterday, all the gals were over because what happened? I got all the costumes, and it takes up a whole room. And I was supposed to have them for 3 months. 3 years later, and I've been
course.
working on them for a year. I can't do this anymore. I have company. I have to take everything out. I've broken a finger. I've taken a gash out of my leg out of these boxes. You know, I'm about ready to catch them on fire. So anyway, this weekend up over in Masad, there is a community garage sale. And so we were going through them. Anyway, we found somebody to take them all. I'm keeping my stuff. They're keeping their stuff.
Yeah.
Some things I kept, like doubles of. I thought, oh, me and Roman could do a number. You look good in this vest. That's
would
all
look
you would have
great.
to wear.
Just a vest.
And
Just
then,
the vest,
yeah,
yeah.
because most of our,
Maybe
you know,
a banana hammock.
exactly. So most of the things
PG.
go over leotard and,
PG.
you know, tights or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
So,
Flesh colored tights.
yeah.
That's a sight that's not going to get out of my head too soon.
I don't have them on.
Oh, I meant him.
Oh, right.
You'd be okay.
Some male
You caught me on an
slacks.
off day, so.
Yeah, if we don't want to see it.
Like if someone wants to be dancing with the stars or something like that for Halloween, you know, I got the outfits, little matching sparkly tops, you know, with your Latin black pants on, you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
How fun.
I like
little
to
Ricky
dress
How,
up.
how long have you been doing this?
Tapping, 4 or 5 years maybe tops.
So you must have had some
great.
training prior to this. Or,
No.
No.
Well,
See, that's
okay, I take that
amazing.
back. Maybe when I was about 5 or
Yeah, I
6.
never remember
Shirley
that.
Temple.
Yeah. And I
Everybody was
remember.
Shirley Temple.
Right, yeah, no, and I, and then this lady also taught ballet or whatever, and I want to be a ballerina, and, you know, I think that's why I had to kind of become a comedian, because a lot of times when I said things, when I was little, people would just laugh at me,
Yeah.
and I never really,
Yeah.
what's so funny?
I want to be a ballerina.
Yeah, right?
Okay, yeah.
I remember
I want to be a
You know,
Bring
you
it
just
home.
being mean. Yeah.
my
wanna
little
be a
brother
comedian.
going, I wish we had a swimming pool. My parents going, if Carol gets all A's, we'll get a swimming pool.
Yeah.
You know,
That was
they're
gonna
just
happen.
I know.
knew it wasn't going to
You know,
happen.
Impossible standards.
I knew I could do it. I also knew if I did, we still wouldn't get a
Yeah,
pool,
right, yeah.
so I didn't bother.
Bait and
I
switch.
was a hell child. There's
Nah,
no doubt.
somehow I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Well, just a little. Everybody's a little rebellious.
Yeah, and in the beginning you asked me how I was doing COVID. I'd like to think I had training because when you got grounded, I always got grounded for my grade, so I was grounded till the next report card. And when you're grounded, you can't use the phone, can't watch TV, and when you come home, you basically have to stay in your room.
I like it.
I think we had the same parents because it sounds like the same. It sounds like the same punishment for me
Yeah,
too.
and
right?
I liked it in my room. They
Yeah.
never go, can we check your homework? I never did. Get in there, do your homework.
Yeah.
Do you know what I really did? Cut out pictures of cats, big cats, little cats, wild cats, and I stuck them in this binder. I probably did that for years. I had this.
It's called ADD. We didn't know it
My
yet.
mom probably
we didn't
found
know
it
until
in-
10 years ago.
cat lady.
You walk in a room full of a bunch of cats, like, okay, I'm gonna walk in there.
Just in the folder. I couldn't
Yeah.
put them in my room. I shared it with 2 other sisters.
Oh wow, one room, 2 sisters. Well, you lived in the Bay, so the houses were a lot.
Well, and people are talking 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, parents, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, plus me, 1 bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
We must have grown up in the same house too,
Yeah.
because that's exactly.
Everybody had 1
Yep,
bathroom.
One bath and a 1-car garage that you could not put a car in nowadays. The modern cars you could not put in the
Ours,
1-car
I think,
garage.
was 2, maybe not.
Yeah, it's those are the good old
I
days.
don't think
right
we ever
there.
put our cars in.
Horrible.
So
Oh, you
No,
youngins.
it's not even that, because like I grew up in California. We grew up in an old house, but I got daughters at home with their own bathrooms.
all right.
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't know half of what living in an old house is, or any of that, you know.
Yeah, we used to have to walk to school uphill both ways.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
They're gonna
How
tell their
funny is
kids, "Oh,
Yeah,
I took a lift." So
I know. My laptop died.
yeah, really?
Oh, I
Yeah.
know, right? Oh, tragedy. So, we're getting towards the end of our podcast, and I wanted to just kind of ask you if the audience was interested in seeing you. Is there any way for them? Do you have social media? How can they find you?
People are astounded. I'm not on anything.
Nice.
Really?
No Facebook, no nothing. Okay, years ago, I tried to get on Facebook, couldn't do it. Then my brother did it for me. And, like within seconds, all these people were, and I didn't know what was going on. This is my brother. He's very intelligent. There you go. And he's gone. And he lives in a different state. And then all these, I was being bombarded, and I was trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. Back to your cat binder.
Yes, exactly. And it was like a year later he came back. I go, I can't get off it. People keep, asking me to be my friend. I don't want a friend.
I don't need any more friends. The ones I got, I don't like them
I
anyway.
figured, well, first of all, if I, become, I'll just have
People.
somebody,
Yeah.
one
Minions.
person, I don't care. And in the past, it's like, where are you going to be? So I tell so-and-so, and they're all younger than me, so they're all tapped in.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when you hit the big time, just get people.
And this way, if someone gets screwed up or I cancel or whatever, go, you didn't hear from me.
That's pretty funny.
Was it
Don't get
me?
canceled. Yep.
So.
But, I'm working on that.
Yeah. So basically, if you're interested in seeing Carol, you just kind of have to watch the papers or the
Or
The
listen
ads.
to this more often, or, maybe they could write to you for one of
Yeah.
my cat pictures.
yeah.
There you go. She
Yeah,
has
so-
books of them, so filled up after all those years.
Running the cat house.
Oops.
So every week, it's my sad duty to bring our podcast to an end. So
Where's Roman going to be?
oh yeah,
Don't know either.
we don't know. We're not anywhere right now. Right?
Okay, well, that's true, so.
We're
Put me on the
at
spot.
home.
I was just making sure that I was.
Yeah, but yeah, as we get through the COVID thing here, we'll be able to put out to the audience where we're going to be and how they could find us and all that good stuff. But so this has been a great time. It was awesome to meet you. I have not seen you
Thank
do your
you.
comedy. I'm looking forward to seeing that
I'm
at some
looking forward
point.
to seeing you as well, and thank you for having me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roman,
Awesome.
you were awesome.
Great.
Yeah, it was a great time. And for the audience, tonight's podcast again was brought to you by Tickle Me Comedy Club and Blue Zone Comedy Tour. So on behalf of Asian Cultural TV, we want to thank you for coming and watching. I hope you had a good time, and we'll see you on the next episode. All right, everybody. Good night.
Bye. Woo!
Looking
It's
good,
a
girl.
wrap.
That was rap.
Fire.
5.